Today, Precarious plays
Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I think you had a question for me?
Yeah, I was just reflecting on all of the time that we've spent with this game and how happily you dig through all of these menus and interfaces to get your stuff done. And I've been having to learn a bunch of new software recently, and I'm pretty good at it. And I think that games like this are exactly what make me very good and enthusiastic about learning new software, because say it's a piece of software that allows me to, I don't know, edit videos better. Something simple like that. Or keep track of, some useful numbers better. When I get a new piece of software like that, even if it's over something completely mundane, it feels like a toy to me. Like, it feels like a natural and fun experience. Like, ooh, I can't wait to figure this out so that I can level up and get the thing that allows me to make the numbers go better. Like, that's what it feels like whenever I get new software. I mean, some of it is frustrating, especially if it's, like, not particularly well designed or the tutorials are not very good. There's friction, but there's friction in games, too. I mean, sometimes they front load the tutorial and then I'm lost later. And that's in video games, But I just...
Perfect.
I just feel like I have video games to thank for a lot of my other skills.
You say that, and I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I think it's true to some extent.
Yeah.
But you have not played the volume of games that I have.
Well, absolutely not.
And you have not played the type of games that I have. And I blame the difference in some of our ability to grasp UI.
Yeah.
Completely on video games.
Yeah, well...
Because, I can sit down... Whenever we went to college, you learned quickly, but I learned so fast that the professors were immediately like, oh my god.
Let's leave this kid alone. He doesn't need any help.
Right.
Just give him the manual and the software and something to do. He'll be okay.
Yeah, I remember that was one of my proudest moments as I was having a conversation with one of my professors, and she started to ask if I knew some technical thing. Mm-hmm. And then she stopped herself and just sort of muttered, "Of course you do."
Yeah, of course.
And not in like a douchey way.
I am annoyed at you for knowing the things that you know. It was just like, oh wait, you would know that.
Yeah.
That's a happy moment. But I don't know. It's funny because I think that sitting next to each other, we have two case studies for the difference with video game exposure, like exposure to systems like this and ability to pick up other technical software products, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, literally, I started playing video games maybe 7 years later than you. Do you think that that's accurate?
No.
When? How old?
5.
Okay.
9.
9 years later than you. Okay.
And it matters just because we're dealing with values that are under 20.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference.
Yeah. So, and the difference in speed between how quickly you pick up an interface and how quickly I can pick up an interface is clear. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's just because whenever you sit down in front of, say, Illustrator, it can be shockingly similar to sitting down in front of, say, Cities Skylines.
Yes.
For example.
Oh my god, yes.
And that's a game that I played that you have not played. But then, again, you played Alpha Centauri.
And Civilization 3 a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
What to do? I don't know what to do because I took the weapon, which is the most important thing on the map, I would say, except for that ribbon. But I want her sweet-ass coat. from a famous designer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it literal? Like,
Yeah.
Really? I'm sorry I keep using the word literally, but it's stuck to my brain. So it's Brent? Oh.
Yeah, from the famed designer, Brent.
My bad. The point that I'm trying to get at is that video games can be awesome and cool and useful for your brain.
Really? I hadn't heard.
Oh, yeah, right?
That's amazing.
Well, I feel like we give New Kid a lot of shit and talk about how wonderful you're being to these people by beating them all up and taking their stuff, which is what is happening. But at the same time,
it does make the whole scenario seem a little bit of a downer, doesn't it?
Yeah. One day, I want to find a beautiful example of a video game where I just do much closer to what I would do in reality. That's one of the reasons I like D&D so much, because the option to not fight or not beat everybody up and take their stuff is definitely there all the time. Like here, in order to progress, you kind of have to like beat people up and take their stuff. That's how you progress through the game. There's no peaceful conflict resolution type option. And I'm just waiting.
Actually, that may not be the case. There's a class that I have not used at all this run, like this in the save file. Mm-hmm. It is the Paladin. Paladin has a skill called Parlay, where you can... You know how Hunt effectively removes monsters from the field? Mm-hmm. And it has like a really low hit rate to do that?
Yeah.
The problem with Parlay is it runs on the same or very similar mathematical system.
Yeah.
But you can totally like tell people to leave.
Is it a really viable tactic though? In
Hell
this
no.
game?
Like I said, it's like Hunt, where
there's
they have to already be right on the edge of death, and then you have getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Though that does sort of diminish the impact somewhat, because in the end this is fun. They're having fun.
Yeah.
Nobody's dying most of the time until you go to a YAG, and then everybody's dying.
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons I liked... Oh, shoot. Help me.
Gotta give me a little more than nothing. Okay.
Papyrus is in it.
Oh, Undertale.
Thank you, Jesus. Right. So that's one of the reasons I really liked Undertale, because it finally had a lot of the options that I actually wanted to take. It's one of the first games I've played through and been like, I'm 100% with this. Let's befriend everybody. Who are these people?
But
in the end, it's not good, but...
I mean, yeah, in the end, you do have to fight.
But it's
several
closer.
times.
It's so much closer to what I want.
Well, I don't know. I think that's probably my fault. That's probably because I like a lot of games that are about conflict.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even Viva Pinata. Well, you can turn the grumpy pinatas into happy pinatas.
But only if you use that exact enunciation. You have to turn the grumpy pinatas into their nice pinatas.
You can do it. I'm not saying that... I'm just saying that a lot of the really popular video games don't give me the options that I want as like a person. They're just interesting systems, and they look really cool, and they're fun to play because of the skill that it takes to do them. But I'm usually not 100% into what is actually going on, unless the story is really good, and then it feels like I'm playing through like a hero's tale, and that's just what's happening, and I'm reacting within that. You know what I mean?
I'm just thinking right now about how we tried to play Divinity Original Sin together, and that game allows you to talk your way out of a surprising number of situations, and you wound up not I don't think we got very far.
No, we didn't. And I don't remember why. I think that it was one of those situations where I had time to play and then I didn't have time to play and then
No,
I never picked it back up.
I know why.
Why?
I can tell you why right now.
Why?
Do you want me to? You won't like the answer. Are you sure you want me to tell you? Do you
Well,
want me to tell
now
you the
I'm
dark
not.
truth?
What is the dark truth? Was I not fun to play with?
No, it's because we didn't record it for an internet show.
Oh, that's not a dark truth. That's not like hidden. I know why I do this show.
And I just realized that this lady, I don't think she has anything that I want in particular. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to KO her with dark power because that's my thing.
It's your thing. Look at you do your thing.